How's growth and welcome to what is to be the first of my mapping reviews. We are going to look at Dangerous Crossing this time. Will say that sorry for any FPS lag or stutter in this video as my graphics card exploded and this is my backup. But I'm not going to wait any longer for this. I'm going to start with an easy one, which is Dangerous Crossing, because really I don't have much to say about this map, except for the fact that this is what a Tribes map needs to look like, you know, with the hills and everything like that. Just compare this one to Dry Dock and you know where things are going wrong. Okay, no flatness anywhere whatsoever and all quite functional so far as I can tell. Now of course this is only a custom map service right now, so really you haven't seen the response to the masses to this yet, but I'm just gonna go through my list of criteria that I wrote in my article to see how well this map does in the playability area. Okay, just on a analytical standpoint. So we have the first criteria on the list is of course back to front routes, which would be a route coming from the back of the base straight to the enemy flag stand with a capping, well, let's say capping time of about 10 to 15 seconds. Arx Navina has these, Crossfire has these to some extent, Katabatic has these, Dry Dock has these, a little less but still quite critical. All of the maps right now being played in competition have them, and Dangerous Crossing is the first one to not have one, simply because the base is closed on that area and you are forced to take the side-to-side routes unless you of course have an offense player giving you the flag on top of the base, which is very unlikely, but a possibility of course for very high level play. Okay, then of course the second thing, which is coupled with the lack of back to fronts, very good thing indeed, namely an elevated stand. So you can see this entire thing is very, very nicely positioned here. The back, of course, doesn't have an elevation, but the front certainly does. Gives this is basically a chaser's dream to try and get there. Now, the nature of the routes, they are at this point, I think, about 250 to 70 side-to-side routes. That can of course be cut in. They aren't going over that hilltop there, but they are going to cut through the middle over there and get back home quite fast, actually, 12 to 15 seconds still. But with dedicated chasers, which I think will be a possibility on this map, you can probably cut them off. It's going to be a chase, but this is really the first map where a non-llama grab, a good grab, can be successfully chased. So I'm curious as to see what's going to happen when this goes live and when more competitive games are being played on it. So that dynamic, it can be changed somewhat by, I don't know, removing some hills or making some slopes a little duller, so the in route of the inner circle of the map can't be used. But okay, so elevated stand, check. Okay, minor balance issues aside. Then, of course, the sniper, our dear friend, has quite a big problem here. I must say, on the base itself, sniper doesn't have a long life expectancy, and when moved away from the base, also still very exposed. Okay, so standing over there, still very open to offense players who don't really have to make that big of a detour to take care of him. And if you're standing over there, for instance, as a sniper, the fog is going to prevent you from seeing the cappers at all. The fog, I don't know whether or not it can be disabled or not, so if it's going to be an issue with enemies and stuff, but the sentiment's there. Now, the nature of the map itself actually makes sniping a little less viable anyway, because, well, if the capper goes over there, it'll be completely out of sight and you can't snipe it at all on the return route. Same thing with the approach. And also, if the sniper managed to shoot in the middle there right after, it's still going to be a scramble to return it, because there's going to be offense players, there's going to be chasers, it's going to be everywhere, and it's very easy to pick up a flag here and just bring it home yet again. So cluster play is still not out of the question. So I must say, we'll see. Of course, have I sniped on this map? I do have. Yeah, I've sniped once, I think, on this map already, and I thought that even though the offense might have a problem, so the sniper does need to be taken care of on an office standpoint, but for the cap is a little less of a problem, which I think was the main thing. So yeah, and again, I mean, on this base, Sniper's going to have a hard time staying alive. Right, then of course is the thing that's going to be the biggest problem, which is the offense and defense balance. Now, I've heard someone say that really on this map it is balance through imbalance, because the offense really has an easy time here. Let's see here. Because this thing, I mean, it's very easy for offense to get in there. You'll see some lag now. I'm gonna try. So raiders especially have a very easy time of getting to the enemy stand, a record time. So there's going to be constant pressure, and I think it's all going to come down to coordination, because raiders will come in rather quickly. Now it'll be full of soldiers. Okay, without that in that turret, of course, it might actually be repaired because of the generator not being well visible here at all. But it's very easy to bombard this stand. Hang on, I'm just gonna. What is it? 5-3. Yeah, 5-3. So you're coming in with some speed. It's very easy to bombard whatever you want on this base, but it's also easy because you are rather exposed after you come in here and shot apart by, I don't know, Doombringer mines, mostly by soldiers shooting thumpers and everything like that. So it's really going to be a nice battle scene here. Very small, very compact. The only thing I can see becoming a problem is the ease of which raiders who do come onto the base can spam this little hole here and actually just neutralize everything. Just one raider in a single clip can neutralize anything in terms of deployable mines and claymores and whatnot. But that's really it. Then again, it's, yeah, soldiers and stuff respawning will be on the base immediately. Raiders themselves will also be coming in instantly. So like I said, it's going to be a case of coordination. I don't know if a heavy on flag is going to be useful at all, because really you don't want to be on that flag, as it'll be punted away and just bombarded by raiders constantly. That said, there is no direct shot at the flag from in front, so raiders do need to get to the sides to be able to do that. So yeah, like I said, this is something, I don't know, if anything will change, it'll probably be the accessibility of this thing here at the top for raiders, because that might be a problem. But that's the only thing. Good. So then, llama trench. There is no llama trench. The trench, well, there are trenches, these two, and of course the bridge in the middle, which is nice decoration. But really, it doesn't lead directly to the bay. It does, but it doesn't lead directly to the flag stand. You can, of course, take this flag and llama away, but I don't think it'll be that much of a problem, considering the ease with which the defense can actually chase this. Okay, I think in pubs, this will be the only way that capping will ever happen. Just jump down and slide away across the base, but that'll, well, give pub chasers something to do. So really, compared to what we have right now, the flat ground of every single other map is something of a miracle that it doesn't exist here. And then, of course, the lack of horizontal terrain is another criteria. And yes, the flat on Dangerous Crossing means this. That's the flattest you'll get, which is beautiful, okay? This is the flattest ground, and this is probably one of the most serious inclinations you'll see on dry dock. I'm exaggerating a bit, but the dry dock spawn is basically this, okay? We look at that, I'm going 100. That's as flat as Dangerous Crossing is going to get. So well done on that as well. And then symmetry, everything is symmetrical, apart from a couple of rocks maybe, but I don't think those would be an issue because they are not very close to the flag stand. I don't know if rock roots will become a thing, but in any case, as I will show you in spectator mode, the map is completely symmetrical. There we go. Even to the rocks are symmetrical as well. Everything is good. So really, if Tribes Ascend has a good map, it is this one. And I'm really curious as to how it's going to show in regular games how bad the routes will be after a while, because I'm guessing if the routes become like 300 or something, then we're going to see very, very quick returns, some that won't be possible to be stopped by chasing. Offense and defense, again, it's going to be very tricky because it'll be chaos most of the time, so coordination, split-second coordination is going to be very important, so it will challenge teams, but I think this map has potential. It'll break the meta game currently going on regular maps, and that's going to be a big problem for a lot of teams, to break away from what they know on this map. Permafrost has the same kind of issue. So all in all, I'm hopeful for this map. I really am. Good. So next one on the list will be Temple Ruins, I believe. So it'll be exciting to do that one as well. See you next time.